In Troy, Michigan, Agrify Corporation, or the Agrify, AGFY on NASDAQ, if you look, a leading provider of solutions for the cannabis industry, today announced that it has signed a non-binding letter of intent to acquire certain assets from Double or Nothing LLC, the owner and creator of the Señorita brand of hemp-derived legal THC drinks, HDLT. In exchange for 530,000 shares of Agrify common stock or common stock equivalents, the transaction is expected to close before year end. This is an exciting time for Agrify and our shareholders, as our business has fresh energy, a strong balance sheet, and new perspective on finding solutions in the cannabis industry, said Agrify interim CEO Ben Kovler. We know Americans are demanding alternatives to alcohol, and we believe that HDLT drinks will be a big part of the solution. I feel lucky to have found Joel and Charles and their amazing creation of Señorita. The brand needs capital and energy to handle a tidal wave of demand, and Agrify's balance sheet and team are ready, end quote. Señorita was designed and formulated by best friends and world-class winemakers Charles Beeler and Joel Gott, who collectively produced over 2 million cases of wine sold annually across multiple North American distribution outlets. Recognizing a growing generational demand for adult beverage alternatives, they founded Señorita in 2022 and launched the brand in the U.S. in 2023. Señorita offers consumers HDLT beverages that mirror well-known cocktails like a margarita in two flavors, classic and mango. Known for its clean, fresh flavors and commitment to high-quality, natural ingredients, Señorita offers a low-sugar, low-calorie alternative to alcoholic beverages. Señorita's HDLT products are currently offered in Canada and 9 U.S. states, including Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Minnesota, Ohio, Tennessee, and Wisconsin, with plans for expansion across additional states. The product is also available direct to consumer where permissible under state law via website Señoradrinks.com. We started Señorita because we saw an obvious need in the market for American consumers demanding alcohol alternatives that would still provide a great experience. Señorita co-founder Charles Beeler commented, "We love margaritas, so we focused on a small number of high-quality ingredients, including agave, jalapeno, and lime, to make what we believe is the best tasting THC beverage on the market. As a result, we can't keep up with demand. So we met Ben and the team at Agrify. We knew it was an amazing opportunity to take the Señorita brand to the next level. We feel confident that Ben's team, energy, and expertise will guarantee the brand's future success. As interim CEO of Agrify, my primary responsibility is to allocate capital in a way that generates an attractive return for shareholders," added Kovler. "The data indicates a massive opportunity in the HDLT drink market, making this an attractive area to allocate capital. The good news is that Agrify's balance sheet is well positioned to support the growth of Señorita and the beverage sector are experiencing. Working with Joel and Charles made sense from the start. They have an unbeatable entrepreneurial mindset that we need to win in the next chapter of this cannabis story. I'm excited for them to join the team as we work close on this transaction and focus on growing the business. We agree with Joel and Charles and the American consumer when we say, más señorita, por favor." The story does go on, but this is a great story from some entrepreneurs and from a company like Agrify, who we've seen acquire a lot of different a various amount of companies, and now they're moving into the CPG and specifically beverage market. I think it makes a lot of sense. Ben Kovler, the CEO of GTI and the founder of GTI, he comes from the liquor industry. So it makes a lot of sense for him to kind of put the money up for this because of his experience and his connections there. And obviously, Joel Gott, very famous winemaker, and they shared that overlap in the liquor industry. So I think this is the only play that really makes sense for Agrify, to be honest. As beverages continue, the distribution of those beverages becomes the next big hurdle for these companies, and that's where those people's expertise will come in handy. So great story from Global Newswire. What do you guys have to say about it?
Well, Jason, you don't think that the drink market is a market, right?
I mean, you know, I
think it's growing. I see more and more of it.
Well, the only reason that it's growing is because what you're actually are seeing is the power of the beverage lobby, because I'm seeing these types of beverages in regular stores all over the place, like all these different beverage stores and whatnot. I'm seeing different cannabis beverages, and I think that opens up the field on a whole different level. You know, because just the basic operating out of the dispensary model, you're never going to hit any type of numbers like that.
Yeah. You know, it's a weird market out there now too, is the non-alcoholic beverage market, right? They make drinks taste like cocktails, but they're not really cocktails.
Yeah, the mocktails, they call them, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's growing out of control. I can't even believe it.
Yeah, there's a big movement. I'm with the movement. It's people are conscious about what they're putting in their bodies, and you know, it's also a lot of people are choosing not to drink for religious purposes too. So I think that there is
all of a sudden they've changed religion, so they're not drinking anymore.
No, like de-alcohol.
There's more religious people just not drinking.
I think that it's a choice, obviously, Todd, but I think it's really the focus that I'm trying to, and parallel I'm trying to draw is like the non-alcoholic, the mocktail market, as opposed to the THC market. It's growing. It's huge.
Definitely is. Yeah.
You know, my wife is expecting, we're expecting right now. My wife's pregnant. So
congratulations.
She's definitely on the hunt for the good, tasty mocktails. So thank you very much. And, you know, that's also something to be conscious of, but it's THC beverages, the idea behind creating something that's going to put you in a good mood. It's going to relax you, but it's not alcohol. I think that is a gigantic opportunity area for growth in this sector. And I think that, but the problem, like I said, is the distribution. Liquid is heavy. So driving this around the country or whatever, it's gonna come at a giant cost. There's only so much infrastructure that's already built to sustain that, and I think that's what's gonna take it over.
That's true. That's why those little 5-hour energy drink type drinks popular. You know, Sip makes those, right? You know,
the little shots, yeah, absolutely.
Little tiny shots. That's right. That's the way to do it, because that's the only way to ship it.
Group that I work with closely here in Alita and Santa Barbara is Green Rush Alliance. They do a product called Splash, and they make it in like a little 1 ounce kind of shot thing, and it's great. It's a water soluble THC beverage that has terpenes in it that tastes good, and that makes a lot of sense. But what about the cans? What about the bigger volumes and the 6-packs?
Right, it's tough to ship.
It's gonna be tough. So we'll see. But that something.
It's not tough to ship. Just go look at Costco and the aisle of LaCroix knockoffs. It is tough to ship when you have a 50-state model, but this is THC from hemp. So it is not tough to ship. There can be economies of scale. You guys are both right that the beverage is heavy and it's expensive, but it is the perfect example of where cannabinoid products is migrating much more quickly to the CPG world, and the beverage is that inflection. And Coca-Cola has bottling plants across the country, but they're not saying it's hard to ship. They got margin and they're happy all the way to the stock price,
because
right?
they have money, but we're talking about it's expensive to ship compared to I have a pre-roll brand and I threw. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
It's expensive to ship compared to I have a fucking pre-roll company. Can I please throw a couple boxes on your truck for my last mile delivery to these dispensaries in the desert? So when we're looking at it in that sense, yeah, absolutely. I just want to know which one's Jason Beck's favorite to sip on. Y'all know he sips them secretly in his little robe with his Trumpy bear at night.
You're so silly.
And on that note, I got to go get my nails done.
So silly, Jenny.
I like Sips. Sir, they sell them here in Vegas, and they're yummy.
The difference between the pre-roll analogy and the beverage analogy is pre-rolls don't have the same level of shelf stability.
Okay, okay, cool. Does that change the sipping cost of me needing an entire fucking pallet versus me needing a corner of your fucking Sprinter van and I'm going to piggyback on a delivery because you're my friend and I'm going to cut my shipping costs in half because maybe I'm a struggling cannabis company, I think Simon's point still stands. I don't think that there's like an actual good objection for that. I mean, yeah, if you're Miller Coors or fucking, you know, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, but I'm seeing all these beverages in real stores, Jenny Beth. When I go to Wine and More or whatever the hell they're called, like that, I see weed beverages now.
Create a new addiction.
I know.
Put them out there.
But most of them have been pulled from like the Bevmos and stuff in California. But
no.
I definitely have seen
I'm gonna when you come back down, I'm gonna show you this spot. It's gonna blow your mind.
I'm not saying.
All right, Toodaloo, I gotta get my nails done. Bye.
Bye, Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny. So yeah, I'm not saying that.
I gotta go too.
But definitely,
not getting my nails done, though.
They're in the bodegas. Definitely, they're in the but the big box stores that if Bevmo had it in there, they're a corporate chain. They're probably gonna take them off the shelf when Gavin Newsom puts out a shitty law, and that's kind of what I see. But it's everywhere else. Look at the states they said: Alabama, Tennessee, Wisconsin. I mean, there was quite a few states that we wouldn't expect to be selling THC beverages, but under the auspice of the Farm Bill, it's all good.
Yeah, shout out to the Farm Bill.
Big shout out, Farm Bill.
Mm-hmm. Big shout out.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's get our shit straight.
You got any?
That's a
out.
You guys got anything else you guys want to say before we close out?
No. I'm good. I gotta go.
No, I want to point something
Yarrow
out.
has something to say?
Yeah, which is in this last article, it talks about money. And so it's not easy to raise funds in regulated cannabis or under regulated hemp. And yet these beverage plays where there's some traction, decent formulation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, there's money pouring into that small sector. So you can poo-poo it, Jason, but I would say the market in terms of capital markets is validating enthusiasm.
I mean, I think that Ben Cobbler's obviously choosing to put this money there because he understands the business model. And if it wasn't that, then he wouldn't put the money there. So I don't think money's pouring in. I think that people have money and they're being very cautious where they're placing it. And if the CEO of the top level of those corporations doesn't understand the fundamentals and can't make the layup, hey, they're not going to do it. They're not going to put the money there. It's too valuable right now.
And I mean, in all fairness, too, GTI did just buy a NASDAQ listed company just recently as well.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse fucking play. I like it. Reverse public play. That's a good move.
Maybe they know something that they got some interesting information.